Mentorship will actually guide you through the process. The mentorship will guide you through the discipline, make your journey shorter so you don't have to make all the mistakes. You don't have to start from the scratch. And you start from somewhere. And it's very, very important that I recognize the place of a mentor, because mentorship is a legal shortcut to success. And if you stand the short of mentors, you will go far. If you know how to get to where you are going to in life, okay, your journey will be short. If you know you are going to go to the you know how to get there. If you know where you are going to, your journey will be short. Like, you know, I'm going to Calabar, you know where you're going to. But if you know how to get there by yourself, the journey will be shorter because you know how to get there. But if you know somebody that know how to get you there, your journey will become the shortest, because the fact is that you don't have to worry yourself. You can sleep inside AKTC bus, you can sleep inside flights. You know you're arriving at Abuja. You can relax. You don't have to stress yourself because someone is taking you there. So when somebody take you on a journey, it makes the journey the shortest journey you can ever think or imagine. So today I want to discuss one of those subjects that will help us succeed as an entrepreneur, and it's simply imagination. Your imagination is your asset. So your imagination is your asset. So that's what we're discussing today. Your imagination, your imagination is your asset. So a lot of people don't know this, that you have an asset, something that appreciates. Your mind can be appreciating. So today is 29. Oh, this month is telling us about to round up. So let's see. Okay. Why your thoughts control your success? Why your thoughts from the imagination controls your success? So most of us have to understand that the thought in your mind is as powerful as the success you are expecting. So I will be doing more of some mental seed mental seed. I'm going to do some mental seed planting. I'll be planting some seeds in your mind, so that, and those seeds in your mind will come from so many quotes from so many people who actually support the fact that the thought are seeds in your mind. That thought are seeds in your mind. So if you don't want to reap a negative fruit, so you have to thought are seeds in your mind. Thought are seeds in your mind. So the question I want to ask you today: what seeds are you planting that will germinate? Because harvest don't look like the seed, and no harvest look like a seed. Even if mango seed they are planting, the harvest will be much more, and it's not going to be once. Some harvest will be once, like corn, like cassava, but it doesn't look like the seed. So anything that you allow, of course, matters a lot in your mind. So let's start this class by telling us what you think you become. What you think, you become. So you don't want to become poor, stop thinking poverty. You want to become rich, start thinking rich. What you feel, you attract. What you feel, you attract. So you don't want to attract negative things, then don't feel negative thoughts. Say, no. Let me talk the way I'm feeling. No. What you imagine, you create. What you imagine, you create. That's how it works. So who said this thing? Buddha. Buddha, B-U-D, B-U-D-H, D-H-A, Buddha, B-U-D-D-H-A, Buddha. Buddha, of course, is one of the great men. He said, whatever you're thinking, you become that you think. Negative, positive, better, all of them, theta, all of them. So whatever you feel, don't feel negative. Whatever you imagine, you create. Because everything is created in the mind, take form when you speak, and of course manifest when you act on them. So you don't want to actually bring out negative things. You have to be intentional and deliberate, not to entertain negative. Don't say I'm poor, I'm broke, I'm sick, mepa. Don't use what I am on a negative statement. All the what I am should be on the positive statement, because whatever you create in your mind. So two different minds, the same wall. The same wall is heaven or a hell. Two different minds in the same wall. One is a heaven, one is a, whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, either way, you are right. Henry Ford. In what said, whether you think you can or whatever you think you can't, either way, you are right. So if you think you can be a millionaire, you are right. If you think you cannot, you're also right. Think you'll be healthy, you are right. You think you're not healthy, you are right. You think people likes you, you are right. You think people don't like you, you are right. You think you'll be an entrepreneur, you are right. You think you can't do this business, you're also right. You think you can do it, you are right. Either way, you are right. Okay. So when you are inspired by some great purpose, some extraordinary project, all the thoughts breaks into bond. So I would like all of us to write this one down on a note. The ancestor of every action is thought. The ancestor of every action is thought. The ancestor. The ancestor of every action we take and we did not take is thought. So you see, this matter of thoughts is being a major thing that everyone should be careful what to entertain. No one ever will say whatever that are pure of good report, anything that have virtue, think about these things. Don't allow bitterness, don't allow negativity, because that is your greatest asset. You are liking, okay, imagine that you have an asset of let me say money, whatever it is in your savings. You don't allow rats to go there. They'll eat it, they'll abuse it. So we often become what we believe about ourselves. That is the thing. We often become what we believe about ourselves. If I believe that I cannot do something, it makes me incapable of doing it. Write it down. If I believe I cannot do something, if I believe I cannot read, I cannot write, I cannot succeed, I cannot be a good man, a good woman, a good husband, a good wife. If I believe I can't do something, it makes me incapable of doing it. If I believe I can't do something, I cannot say, I cannot make, I have sign up, I cannot. If I believe I can't do something, I cannot do something, it makes me incapable of doing it. Full stop. When I believe I can acquire the ability to do it, even if I don't have it in the beginning, like Gandhi says so. If I believe I can't do something, it makes me incapable of doing it. Full stop. When I believe I can acquire the ability to do it, even if I don't have it in the beginning, I'll definitely do it. So everything is about your belief in your thoughts. So if I believe I can't do something, it makes me incapable of doing it. Incapable of doing it. But if I believe I can acquire the ability to do something, even if I don't have it in the beginning, definitely I will get it done. Like I can't said it. So I want you to understand that a lot of people come into this life. This life to somebody is hell, some is heaven. Why? Because of the thought in their mind. Even when the thought was not going, even if things are not going well with you, stop defining yourself based on circumstances. Define yourself the way heaven defines you. So the vast majority of people are born, grown up, you know, a lot of people are born and are grown up and struggling to go through life in misery, failure to some degree, not realizing that it will be just and easy to switch over and get exactly what they want out of life by not recognizing that their mind attract the things they dwell upon. So tell your neighbor, our mind attracts the things that we dwell upon. So if I sit down all day long and sit down and say I don't have money, you see, life is hard for me. It's unbearable. The more I begin to think, because our brain is a transmitter and a receiver of thought. So that thinking generates a different frequency of vibration that will attract things to me. So beware of what you set your mind, your heart, your mind upon, for it shall surely be yours. Write it down. Beware of what you set your mind upon. Beware of what you set your mind upon. Beware of what you set your mind upon. For it shall surely be yours. If you set your mind upon success, health, okay, it will be yours. Set your mind upon negativity, hatred, bitterness, it shall be yours. Beware of what you set your mind upon. Beware what you set your mind upon. What you imagine, what dominates you, because it shall surely be yours. It shall surely be yours. So that is why you have to understand as an entrepreneur, your greater asset is your mind, because everything you see was created in the mind, take form in the mouth, and manifest when you take action. I said, beware of what you set your mind upon, for it shall surely be yours. So if you look at the mind here, I drew like this. You look at the mouth and you look at the hands. So you can see everything is created in the mind, take form in your mouth, and then manifest. So imagination happens in the mind. So we simply use our mind to create an image. I told you imagination is so that you become greater. Well, why is it easy to doubt yourself? But you don't doubt Dangote, you don't doubt Mazuga, but you don't doubt anybody, but you always doubt yourself. Because you have a belief, a victim mentality that I'm not good for nothing, that things are hard with you. So you should know that very little is needed to make you a happy life. It is all within yourself, and it is the way you think. People think that life happens to them. That's why they think the way they think. It's not true. The way you make life happen to you, the way it happens to you. Or people think that okay, things are hard. That's why I'm thinking the way. No, things are hard because you're thinking that way. So you're not thinking, but things are hard. Things are not hard that makes you think. No, it's not the right way. So Things are hard because you're thinking hard. That's the truth about it. So faith is that you must believe before you see it. So you have to understand some principles that will help you in your imagination, because in your mind, everything you ever see is what created in the mind. All the things, your shoe, your clothes, the phone, the car, Thomas Edison, name them. They harnessed the power of their mind. They sit down consistently for 1 hour minimum to think, keep thought, and write it down. So once you replace negative thoughts with positive ones, you start having positive results. Write it down your note. Once I replace negative thought in my mind with positive thoughts, once I replace negative thought in my mind with positive thought, I will start having positive results. The things you plant now, when your why your thought controls your success, because of your thinking. Once I replace negative thought in my mind with positive thoughts, I will start experiencing positive results. So you cannot just walk into positive thoughts. You must be around positive people, positive environment, discuss positive discussion, read positive books, self-personal development books, self-improving books, success books, wealth books. Imagine being in the right company, get the right mentor. You will see that your life is better. But a lot of people, they don't like the last shortcut. They don't want to pass through. They don't like mentorship. They don't like somebody telling them, see, one of the things you need to do, you need to have somebody in your life that will not consider you when you are doing the wrong thing. That will tell you in your front that you are doing the right thing. If you don't have anybody that can tell you are doing the right thing, my brother, you're gonna walk, carry your legs and walk into destruction. You need somebody that can tell you this thing you are doing is wrong. This is the right thing to do it. So if you are always dodging from discipline because you think discipline is punishment, discipline is never punishment. It can never be punishment. Discipline is the capacity to use your mind, control your body, do what you say you will do, whether you feel like it or not. Someone will say this is what to do, and your mind accepts it, because sometimes there's something called blind spot, something called a knowledge gap that you cannot see that. So when sometimes what seems to be bad luck turns out to be good, and vice versa. If you look at our lives, you see that we are always helped by our mistakes and failures. So the first step to establish something is possible, then probability will always occur. Write it down. The first step is to establish that something is possible. The first step, is to establish that something is possible. The first step, is to establish that something is possible. Then probability will occur. The first step is to establish that something is possible to happen to you. Positive will happen to you. Make money will happen to you. Success, abundance. The first step is to establish that something is possible. Something is possible. So if you don't establish that something is possible, then the probability will show up. That's what we say, when there's a will, there's a way. The first step, is to establish that something is possible. Then probability will occur. Then probability, if you cannot even establish that it is possible to be a millionaire, then how will the probability occur? Even if it occur, you will not notice it. Life always gives you an opportunity, but you must establish that it's possible to happen to you. The first step, is to establish that something is possible. You've written that one down, shall I? Then the probability will occur. Full stop. So the best investment you can make is to make in yourself. I always knew that I'm going to be rich and wealthy. Just I didn't know when it will happen. I didn't have the dot to connect. So you must believe that you are going to be rich and wealthy. And every situation should look like one. And act with all your mind, with all your strength. You don't become what you want. You become what you believe. Write it down. That's your periphery. You don't become what you want. You become what you believe in your mind. You don't become what you want. You become what you believe in your mind. So imagine you go around every day believing that you are good for nothing, that you are useless, or your people don't like you, that your brother don't like you, your sister don't like you, nobody respects you. If you think that, then you surely come. Nobody treats you more than the way you think about yourself. You don't become what you want, you become what you believe. You don't become what you want. You become what you believe. And you can't tell me that you believe something, then you're not acting on it. If you tell me you believe something, not acting on it, that means you're lying. Because every subconscious mind manifests in your action. So by the time you act, I judge you when you're what you do. Only God judges the intent of a man's heart. But we human beings, we judge from your action. So you cannot tell me that you believe you'll be a millionaire. You don't want to do the discipline of a millionaire. That means you don't believe it. Because once you believe something, your body will act on it. So if you don't dream, then nothing will happen, Richard Branson. By thoughts, the things you want is brought to you. By action, you receive it. Write it down. By thoughts, the things you want is brought to you. By thoughts, the things you want is brought to you. And by action, you receive them. By thoughts, everything you want is brought to you. By thinking alone, you have it. And by action, you receive them. So you can't tell me you're a millionaire, you don't want to do the discipline of a process. You are angry when somebody corrects you. You are bitter when somebody say you're not, your mentor say you're not doing well. You can do better. You need somebody to push you. I think we had a story kick-off program. A young man told us a story, a popular story. One rich man, wealthy, the most richest man in the city at that time, have only one daughter, and the time comes he wants to give daughter hand in marriage. So he told all the young men, "Anybody that marry my daughter will inherit my kingdom, inherit all my rich and wealth." And all the young men showed up, and he took them to a swimming pool over the crocodile, and he said, "Anybody that can cross to the other side will get my daughter hand in marriage." But that's the most courageous man in the city. All men went and looked at the crocodile and they said no. All of a sudden, they just say boom in the water. And the one young man was back, went to the other side with all his heart. And when he came out of the water, and he was clapping for him, he started shouting, "Who pushed me? Who pushed me? Who pushed me? Who pushed me? Who pushed me?" So you can imagine that. So what happened is that sometimes someone needs to push you into that thing you're afraid of. Someone needs to put you into your anxiety. Someone needs to push you. But people don't like the push. They like the comfort. Nothing grows in comfort zone. No greatness was formed in comfort zone. You need a push. Say, I need a push. Someone needs to push to read the book, read more chapter, do more exercise, do more one step. Because you see, the thing is this, I said that by thought, the things you want is brought to you, and by action you receive them. So you can see that God will not allow you to think and of any thought that is not possible. Any thought that enters your heart is already possible. Anything you can think about is possible. But the action to make it a manifestation in your life. So a thought is a substance that put the things that is imagined. So that is how you need to understand. The world, the world without is a reflection of the world within. Write it down. The world without, bracket open, external wall, what I'm experiencing, bracket closes. The world without, an external wall, what I'm experiencing, bracket closes, is a reflection of the world within, what is happening in my mind, in my imagination, that controls my success. The world without is a reflection of the world within. I like the way Mr. Stanley put it for us some few days ago. He went and pointed Mr. Victor's shoe and said, "Look at Odobu's shoe, it's very shining and looking executive and luxurious. That if you carry this shoe now from Odobu's leg and look for a poor man that has the same size of the leg and give it to the man, that in 1 week, the mind of the poor man will transform that shoe to his mind. The shoe will be useless and restless at the same time." That's that everything happening to you is a reflection of the mind. When he said that thing, I now agree with him to ask everybody that someone also said, the screen of your phone reflects your mind, the state of your mind. If your screen of your phone is jaga jaga, I think he also said it. That's a reflection of your mind. So I went and checked my phone screen. And that's the thing. So what happened is that whatever you're experiencing right now, your bank account is a reflection of your mind. If your mind is empty, your bank account will be empty. If your mind is full of abundance, your account will go abundance. Not to argue, you hate me, no. Yesterday, I had one of my role models, because a mentor is somebody that holds you accountable. A role model is somebody you admire. I found one of my role models. He said that he was struggling in his 25 years. He never went to university. He never attended high institution, but today he's a multi-billionaire. And the man made a statement that struck my heart. He said he was in a program, and the program was about millionaires, a millionaires meeting, something like this. So a young man was talking, and the man was giving content value. He was like, wow, this is too good to be true, that I can be getting this kind of content for free. In the middle of the program, the man stood up and said, he was still talking and said that in the next 2 weeks, we are having a master class of this event to connect all the dots of this event in Las Vegas. He mentioned the name of the hotel, and he said that event cost $10,000. Like, at that time, we were 25 years, now I was in 60s or so. So now he said that money was equivalent to like $100,000 for just a 2 days program. So in his mind, I cannot afford the money. In his mind, Las Vegas is too far from where I am. So the man was talking and said, some of you will be thinking that you don't have money. The thing hit him like slap on his face. So we think that Las Vegas is too far from where you are. You are a poor man. You are a broke person. That thing hit him like if they took a dagger on his heart. That doesn't mean that he's actually poor and broke. He now look at his circumstance. Truly, he was poor and broke. So in his mind, I must go to this place. And that was a transforming moment for him. He said when he paid the $10,000, he had to sell his shoes, sell everything he has, sell everything, gather the money, go to Las Vegas. And at the beginning of the event, transformation took place in his life. Everything started working together. If you have the right mindset, he was reprogrammed, he was transformed. All things in his life has passed away. Transformation is change of identity. You can never go back to where you came from. Reformation is change of what you do. Transformation is who you become. It was changed, and it was everything started working for him. You need to attract quality things, because the way you feel is what you attract. If you keep feeling negative, you attract negative situations. So whatever happened to you, it is because of your feelings of emotion. If you think I'm lying, start feeling good right now. Start saying I'm soft, I'm healthy. Start feeling good. Things will attract good things. It's not that the God hates you. It's not the world like hates you. It's not that things just life is unfair to you that you just want to be broke. No, your feeling made it so. Your feeling, if you keep attracting bad relationships, bad people that sabotage you, my brother, check your feelings. Don't blame anybody. If you're not becoming what you want to become, check your thinking, check your thoughts because it defines who you become. If you're not creating the life you want to live, my brother, check your imagination. That is what determines what you create. So there's no need to bother about these ones. These ones are simply the fruit. These are simply the fruit. This one now is a seed. This is the root. So this one now determines what we get on the outside. But a lot of people focus, and I'm not attracting money. I'm not attracting relationship. My life is unfair. I cannot buy a car. I cannot do this because I think about attraction. Think about feelings. How can somebody bring his mind to teach you angry? That why would the person teach me without not giving me water, not giving me food? How can they gather us here from morning to night? You that came, don't you think that they pay rent there? Don't you think that they put food there? Don't you think all resources? Do you think it's easy for someone to sit down and think good about? Okay, if it's easy, how many people have you helped to make 1 million in a year? I remember in a month. How many people have you helped? You're always thinking about collecting. This giving, collecting. PLC, poverty mentality. It's not a poverty mentality. So when someone don't give to you, get angry. Have you not been wondering why that every rich and wealthy man give? A wealthy man gave me product, I paid him money. Don't go to give product services or he doesn't beg. Stop acting like a poor man because you be poor because you're thinking about two bob. Nobody gives you, get angry. They give you small, you get angry. Then you have hands, you have legs. What's your excuse? You don't have anybody to help you. Most of us that you see that have succeeded, nobody actually helped us. That is true. God actually came for us. And God came for us because we tell and say, no, I must feel good about myself. I will not look like what I'm passing through. Tell me, I will never look like what I'm passing through. Some of you carry your circumstance on your face and look like it buying on back. I don't mean the rubber, I mean the leather it buying on back. Come to me, I will show you one is in my backyard. You know that it buying on back. I'm doing that for not useless. So the thing is that your thinking made it so. So you have to understand that you have to trust the dot that something good is coming to your life. You have to think positively because the first step is to establish that something is possible, then probably to occur. The best investment you can make is in yourself. I always knew that I want to be rich and well. Sometimes you could not connect dot, but by thought, the things you want are brought to you. By action, you receive them. A thought is in this sentence produce the things that is imagined in your thoughts. So the world without is a revelation of the world within. Write it on note. Your ability to control your thoughts will determine your success in life. Your ability to control your thoughts. No, I don't like this thoughts. No, I don't like this thought. I want this one. Your ability to control your thoughts will determine your success in life. Your ability to control your thoughts. Negative thoughts will come to your mind. It's normal. Birds will fly over your head. It's normal. But you can stop them from building next into your hand. The negative comes to your mind, normal, but you can stop dwelling on them. Your ability to control your thoughts will determine your success in life. Full stop. Your ability to control your thoughts will determine your success in life. Full stop. Imagination is everything. Imagination is everything. And energy follows your thoughts. Imagination is everything. Everything is imagination. Good wife is imagination. Good husband is imagination. Money is imagination. Wealth is imagination. Health is imagination. Poverty is imagination. Everything is imagination. If you doubting me, sit down and slap yourself anytime you think negative. Just anytime you think negative thing and come, slap yourself. Do it. Stop thinking negative things. You need to attract good things into your life. Most of us are full of hatred because you were brought from hatred. The people curse you, they abuse you. Anything you do is not good. That's why you think. Because you have been passed through the past experience of bad things and you have been thinking bad things. How can you come and look at yourself and say, why am I so ugly? And why will you look at yourself and say, no, why would you even say that thing? Now you look yourself in, even though you are short, it's for a purpose, you are tall, it's for a purpose, you are fat, you are slim, it's for a purpose. You have to define yourself like the way heaven defines you. Stop defining yourself on circumstances. Start defining yourself. I'm fearful and wonderfully made. Then I'm the most beautiful. Look at Aki and Popo. Those small pitch income people, but they make good use of their pitch incomeness, and they make influence that influence certain sector in the industry. But you that have 2 hands, 2 legs, you're angry with yourself. It's very unfortunate that all the resources God gave us, some of us have not even spent time to discover our own. You are looking at men that have 6 packs, women that have big bum and big breasts and all this. You're just looking and say, I don't understand. That one is enough. Say the one you have is enough. Say my size is enough. Who know like just hug transformer. How that one can concern you? People's opinion don't pay your bills. And that thing starts with you're not accepting yourself. So you're not accept yourself, you're not accept anybody. It becomes a problem. So these things you see, Imagination is everything. Tell me, imagination is everything. Is your success, is your love, is your peace, and energy follows thought. If you want to find the secrets to the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Nikola Tesla says that, and it's very important. And so you have to understand that the mind is its own place in itself, can make heaven out of hell and can make hell out of heaven. Write it down. The mind is, comma, write it. I want to write it. I wish I could write on my board. The mind is, comma, its own place, comma, its own place, comma, and it in itself can make heaven out of hell. And in itself, I wish I could write. The mind is, comma, its own place, comma, and in itself can make heaven out of hell and can make hell out of heaven. The mind is, comma, its own place, comma, and in itself can make heaven out of hell, can make hell out of heaven. The choice is yours. Want to make heaven out of hell? There's congratulations. Want to make hell out of heaven? Congratulations. There's the thing. The mind is, comma, in its own place, comma, and in itself can make heaven out of hell, can make hell out of heaven. So then you choose. So you need to walk by faith and not by sight. Call the things that is not as if it is, as if they were. Believe to see, not see to believe. And deny what your sense tells you. Hold firm on your conviction. Believe that what you hold clearly in your mind will come to pass. Then only will your dreams manifest in your life. Yesterday is history. Today is mystery. And tomorrow is mystery. Today is a gift. That is why it's called present. Write it down. Yesterday is history. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift. And that is why it's called the present. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift. That is why it's called the present. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift. That is why it's called the present. So imagination is your greater asset. Imagination is the starting point of all wealth. Every creation begins in the thought. Vision determines the value. What you call mentality, you can build it physically. Your imagination is not entertainment. It is a producing tool, a production tool. Write it down. Your imagination is not an entertainment. Your imagination is not an entertainment, comma, it is a production tool. Imagination is not an entertainment, comma, it is a production tool. If you can't see it in your, you can't build it in the physical. If you cannot see it in your mind, you cannot build it in the physical. What if you can see it in your mind? You can build it in the physical. I said your imagination is not an entertainment, it is a production tool. So your future is first created in your mind before it appears in your life. So I would like us to write this statement as a round of the class today. Your imagination is your internal factory. Your imagination is your internal factory. Your imagination is your internal factory. Full stop. It produces ideas, visions, and possibilities. Your imagination is your internal factory. Full stop. It produces ideas, vision, and possibilities. Full stop. Every successful entrepreneur first saw it before they build it. Imagination is your internal factory. Full stop. It produces ideas, vision, and possibilities. Imagination is your internal factory. Full stop. It produces ideas, vision, and possibilities. Full stop. Every successful entrepreneur first saw it before building it. Full stop. If you upgrade your imagination, you upgrade your result. So don't entertain negative things in your mind. Very, very important. Albert Einstein says imagination is more important than knowledge. Napoleon Hill says whatever the mind can conceive and believe it can achieve. Disney says, Disney says, if you can dream it, you can do it. And I'm saying to you today, your imagination is your greater asset. If you cannot see it in your mind, you won't create it in this life. Think bigger, build bigger, and become bigger. Imagination is the first investment you can make in yourself. So if you want to become great in life, you have to think of things in terms of possibilities that happen to you. So your greater asset is your imagination. Whatever your mind can conceive, your hand can have it. That's the truth. Your mind cannot conceive it, your hand cannot have it. Whatever thought you think about yourself is possible to become a reality. That is why your thoughts control your success. You cannot help a man who doesn't believe in subconscious in success. That is why a man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. So the only thing that will make people succeed in life and fail in life is the power of the mind. So the main work you should do is to put yourself in an environment, intention, deliberately, that will help your mind to grow positively, that will influence your mind to always be good and happy person. Because you cannot be telling me you are living in a room of cockroach, lizard, mosquito, and no lights, no window, and you wake up in the morning, like by my brother, you have been mentally abused before you wake up in the morning. So any morning you have, back out of face and face you. Tell them any morning you have, back out from face and face you. Leave that place alone because it abuses your mind. How can you be going to take your bait in the morning? You're carrying buckets, stand on the line for 5 people to bath before you enter the bedroom. You have been mentally abused. You have been sabotaged. I know life happens. I've been there before. Where you bet in the bathroom, where they know there is no roof, they carry zinc and form one corner. And before you go to the bedroom, you will carry one wrapper, one of Insan, and put there. And what if rain fall? What if wind blows? You shout Jesus. Imagine. So I hated those environments in my life. Anytime you want to go to the toilet, you're lining up, you're holding your rubber. So when you finish, you flush it. Which kind of life? I woke up, I said myself, how did you manage to be here? I will never be here again. Number one, you must find something you hate. That thing you hate, the opposite is what you want. Begin to focus on what you want. Yes or yes? Write down the things you don't like about your life. Write the things you don't like. Write them down. Now look at the opposite. That is what you want. Focus on that which you want. Dwell on that which you want. You hate to stay without money in your bank account. Then write it down. I want to have more money in my bank account. Be specific on the amount. Focus on that amount. Leave this one alone. That's what I did exactly. I write the things I don't like about my life. I wrote the things I like about my life. And I focus on that one. Guess what happened? I dwell on it. I create a movie in my mind. I use my mind to create pictures. Talk about it. My friends start laughing at me. They started making mockery of me. They started calling me millionaire. When I'm still sleeping in face me and face you, they call me millionaire. But when I woke up, they call me and say, no, add millionaire to my name. Millionaire off on the add millionaire. When I'm posting like millionaire. They're angry with me. I said, don't worry, just don't worry. But one of my friends in school is a Methodist pastor now, a priest in Methodist. So he went to my village to meet my mom after about 15 years. My mom, because we've not met for quite some time. He said he came to look for Udo. They said Udo is in Uyo now. He just traveling around. He said, he's fine. He said Udo don't like to. He said, in Tokam, that time we did face day for school. In life, no, they straight. He always millionaire. They talk big. You don't get anything. And the guy from there located me. He said, I knew that you will be a millionaire. I said, I always tell you. Remember that I told you, you're laughing at me. But now it's a reality right now. You know what? The thing is that you must think and feel success. Say, I must think and feel and imagine success, wealth, abundance, prosperity. Say, I am strong. Say, I'm a success. Say, I'm significant. Touch yourself. Say, I'm a millionaire. Touch yourself. I'm a millionaire creator. Touch yourself. I have a millionaire's mind. Say, I have a billionaire's mind. Thank you so much, online community. Don't get involved in a business without a mentor. Mentorship is a little shortcut to success. I'll see you at the top. See you tomorrow. He that stand the short of mentors will see far. Have a wonderful day. Shalom. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So please, we want to get some feedback because when I'm talking to entrepreneurs,